what's going on with y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Convowmarlo. Today I got a special guest with me here today. Who do I have the pleasure being here with?
My name is Cody. I run HypeFetish, one of the owner and operators here, and yeah, just supplying Edmonton with some sneakers.
Okay, Mr. Cody, Mr. Cody. Before I dive into anything, I want to ask you, how you feeling? What's going on?
I'm good. I'm chill. Relaxed. Long day, but
Yeah.
we're still out here.
I see. Yeah, you
Yeah,
chilling,
yeah.
bro. My guy's all drippy and shit. You know what I'm saying? A little light outfit.
Yeah,
You know?
you got dressed for the part, right?
Of course.
Lawyers go to work, they wear suits,
Mm.
right? So I sell this. Why not wear it? It's like self-advertising.
No, I like that. I like that. That's how I am too. When I first started out this whole podcast thing, I used to just wear whatever. Like I had one of my first episodes, bro, I was wearing a high school jersey, you know? And then I started watching back on the videos. I'm like, yo, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so like appearance is everything.
Oh,
especially
for sure,
especially
for
when
sure.
you're like doing a video, nice scenery and shit. You're trying to match the scenery at least. Like
Yeah, you got
imagine
it.
imagine wearing some bummy shit and you're out here. It just it don't work.
Oh, you can wear Walmart sweats and stuff, but
I mean, if you
depends
know
on
how to
you
make
wear it.
exactly,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like you could wear Walmart sweats, but like Jordans that match it, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
So how's the day been?
Day's good. We're long, buy, sell, and trade. That's what we do. So more or less, a lot of people trying to sell right now, trying to get money for Christmas.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it.
So
It's
you
good
prob-
for us though.
Yeah.
It's more stock. We're trying to open another store here in Southgate. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that happening this year? Is that sometime?
we're pushing for this December. So that's what we're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
December is kind of a hard month because it's cold. Like
It
minus
is.
38,
It is.
minus 40. You probably still have people coming in.
Yeah, well, that's why we want to get into the mall as well, right? Because a lot of people shop in the malls around Christmas time, so traffic downtown kind of slows down. That being said, same with the Oilers not playing here as much has also slowed down a lot of traffic. So the mall would be a great blessing. We've never had foot traffic. We're a hidden little gem, right?
Yeah.
We're downtown.
Yeah. How do most people find out about this place? Like, cause it's not like one of those. It's not like Cool Kicks where it's out and about. This is
Yeah.
kind of like a store in a store. You know?
Yeah. We basically just Instagram. A lot of self-plugging, self-hustle, like just promoting the business, telling people about sneakers. The main game is to sell sneakers,
Yeah.
right? So the more you can sell, the better it is for you. So, and the more you can cop, like.
Yeah. So is it one of those things kind of like word of mouth? Like you
Oh, yeah.
tell one friend tells three tells nine.
Pretty much. And
Oh.
like high schools, like a lot of our clientele is junior high kids and stuff like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Especially the ones that are trying to show off, trying
Yeah.
to get stuff before the friends get it.
yeah, the foreign kids that come here, McEwen and stuff like that,
Yo.
they
Yo.
discover us and yeah, they go ham.
I went to McEwen a few years ago. There was some Asian kid. There was came straight from China.
Yeah.
Supreme to the socks. You know what I'm saying? So I already know like this type of spot is somewhere he probably just
Oh,
lives
probably.
you know?
Yeah. We have a lot of foreign kids and they tell us where they're from and how long they're here for and what they're taking and yeah, you get to know them. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. And then they come back the next year and it's like, hey, good to see you again.
So
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
are you good with faces? Do you remember faces? Or
Oh,
do you remember
yeah.
people from the stuff they purchased?
Oh, for sure, man. Like I'm not just. I don't really consider myself a reseller. I'm more or less in this for the culture, right? Like I got friends that are like in the hip hop game, right, and other lanes of work. So like, for me, it's just strictly for the community. Supplying something that's just not here is something to do. And yeah, that's kind of like the HypeFetish motto, right? We just give you best prices. We under stock X.
Yeah.
we're not gouging, right? You can compare our prices to all the other stores in the city. So it's more or less a community thing, just to bless, right?
I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay. But so obviously I want to get more into like what you do, how you do, and all the like the kicks we got behind us and stuff. But before all that, I want to ask you like, what's your background? Where are you from?
I was born and raised here in Edmonton.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Clairview, Northside, Londonderry, Dickinsfield, just basically Northside Edmonton.
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't do or college out here. I actually went to Saskatchewan, did some college out there. That's how I got into carpentry and whatnot. So I'm a third-year carpenter by trade. So
Oh shit.
yeah, I haven't done this my whole life, but it's a hell of a blessing to be able to do it because
No way.
waking up at like way hours in the morning to be on site starting
Yo,
by 7.
don't even talk to me about that, cause that's literally what I do now. I get up
Yeah, man.
I get up at 4:45 in the morning, get to work by 6, and I'm there till 5. And I do
Yeah.
that shit every
Every
day.
day.
I
Every
hate
day,
it.
yeah.
But it's like, what can you do?
I did
You
it
need
for
it. It's a
I did
living.
it for like almost 12 years. Like I got into framing and I framed for probably like 4 years before I decided, okay, maybe I should take it serious, right? I was probably like 26 at the time, decided by the time I wanted to like actually take it serious and go to school, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, when I did that, then I started realizing, hey, with a ticket you can get paid a certain X amount of dollars and you can't pay anything less. And there's always going to be work, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I just kind of got sucked into it, and I don't know, down the road, the pandemic really made my mind change and realized that wasn't it for me.
Yeah.
There was a lot of other things you can do with your mind.
So that carpentry thing, what got you into that? Is it like you had relatives doing
Yeah,
it?
my dad had a big business here in Edmonton when I was younger. He kind of just built it from the ground up himself.
Yeah.
It was just insulation. So like he went around and
Is it pipe insulation?
no, like bat insulation, ball insulation,
okay.
blow-in insulation.
Yeah.
And like he did all of the Nova hotels across Alberta.
Shit.
So like yeah, he was really good friends with the owner. His name was Mike Majenovich. His daughter like is a professional boxer and stuff.
Damn.
And yeah, he
Don't
just
fuck with her.
yeah. And like yeah, he just went around and just did all their hotels everywhere. And like when I was younger, I just went with him and kind of learned the trade and like grew up talking to like electricians and plumbers and tin bashers and pipe, like all that stuff. Like I learned the whole trade before I even knew what it was, right?
Yeah.
The meaning of it. And yeah, the older I got, me and my little brother, the older as we got, we just kind of decided what trade we wanted to go for.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely wasn't insulation
Yeah.
or drywall or anything like that.
I feel that.
But yeah, no, my little brother, both little brothers are electricians, and I decided to be a carpenter.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did it for 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
Damn. So you have connections. So if you need whatever at this place, you could probably make a quick phone call and have someone here same day.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Or do it myself when it comes to work. But yeah, no, here in Edmonton, when I moved back here, I worked with Bauman Builders. So for the past I worked for them for like 7 years. And they're the only wood frame construction company here in Edmonton that can build past 5 stories.
Sheesh.
So like everything along 50th Street and all that stuff that has been built in the past 10 years, I've probably had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
Do you miss that lifestyle?
No, not really. Like I helped a friend frame a house, but and putting the roof on and trussing it and then sheeting it really gave me a reminder on like why. Like we did it in the wintertime too, so it was like the elements combined. It was just like everything came back to me. I was like, this is why I don't do this for 10 hours a day.
That's my exact.
Just to get someone else rich.
Well,
like
yep.
no one's giving me an attaboy, right? You barely get anything like that. You're just a framer. Doesn't matter what your ticket is, as long as you're skilled. Sure, you're gonna roll the ranks and on a crew, but like. Yeah, man, like, at the end of the day, you're just making someone else rich.
Yep. That's why I always tell people, at the end of the day, you're just an employee number.
Yeah,
That's all you are.
Yeah.
You, God forbid, if something happens to you Monday, you're replaced by Tuesday.
Exactly.
You know, that's why I always tell people,
everybody wants to jump into the trades. And I'm like, shit, it's a young man's game. Like, me, I'm 34. Like, no business if you're not already, like, well off and or indentured into a company where you know you're getting a pension and stuff like that. There's no point, man. It's a young man's game. Do it while you're young. Get that cash and get out and find something that's really gonna make you some money.
Let me tell you something. I started off with installation, and the company I work for, they sent me over to some other company. Now I'm painting and coding.
Yeah.
Since June or since May of this year, I've been working, and probably 1-2 days off a month straight, 10 hours a day. Exactly the type of shit you're talking about, 10 hours a day.
Yeah, man.
Every single morning I wake up, I sit on the edge of my bed and just think to myself, why the fuck am I doing this? You know, but it's
bills.
to pay bills.
Like, and like, honestly, like to do this kind of shit was risky as hell, because like I literally stopped working for Bomb and Builders and then just started selling my sneakers and then buying stuff and just flipping it, and then just realized, hey, I can actually make money doing it, and like quit my job.
Oh, you quit?
Yeah,
Did you quit mid-shift?
No, I didn't. I just decided to not go in.
Yeah.
And then like a week went by and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come and grab my pouch and shit.
and then that was the end of that.
Yeah, and I picked it up and I talked to my boss and stuff. Like, he's younger. He was like 20. He's 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. His name's Ben Bauman. And yeah, like I was like, no, I'm just gonna sell sneakers. And he's like, all right, well, good luck. And
that was it.
That was it. Like, I decided I'm just gonna give this my all 24/7, and that's what I did. Like, selling out of totes in a tiny apartment when I first started, fucking 5 years ago. 4 years ago. Yeah.
You see, that's the thing. I always think that to myself too. I always think like,
for me, it feels like yesterday though.
Yeah. Oh, so time just flew.
Yeah, it does. It did. It really did.
Yeah.
Like,
cause I always think to myself, I'm like, yo, what would happen if I just left work today and just 110% fell into this podcasting thing?
mm-hmm.
But it's just, I don't think I'll have the same luck as some people do. You know, because, yeah, it took a lot of time. It took a lot of this and that. But just, I feel like it just wouldn't work that quick for me. I wouldn't say quick.
Luck.
It just wouldn't work.
It's not luck, man. It's work. Like, so the same reason why you get up every single day to go to work and get a paycheck, you have to have that same, that work ethic. That's what they call work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have that same work ethic to just fucking do what you like doing this. You gotta hustle it so it pays you, right?
Yeah.
And like the only way to do that is you have to focus on it. So by you going to work, you're focused on that. That's what you know that can pay you. So if you could somehow, like, I don't know, for me, you just gotta quit and give it your all.
Shit.
So the same way you quit your day life to give it your all for those people to work and get a paycheck, you got to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But for yourself.
Damn. You see, I swear that's like easier said.
But it's the riskiest shit in the world.
Yeah.
And like, I know that. Like, fuck, man, I have kids. Like, I know it's risky.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. There's comes a time in the moment where you just know you got to do it.
My biggest fear is probably the same as everyone else. What if I jump in, or like, you know, I dive fully in, a year goes by, nothing. Now I'm not even a year, 6 months go by. Now I'm dead broke. I have nothing.
It's
I'm
gonna
like,
happen.
Shit. Damn.
No, it has to happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. And it has to happen. You have to go through that. Like, I don't know. I probably went like a year and a half without paying myself, man.
Damn.
Without like actually making any fucking money. Like, it was like, I don't know what, like 2 years before I took a real vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I dipped out. I didn't even leave Canada. I just dipped out to Vancouver for 12 days.
Yeah.
Fucking went to the islands, went quadding up in the mountains on the islands. Like, I had a great time. But like, yeah, no, you kind of got to go through that to appreciate everything afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't getting money. Fucking, you know, I wasn't
like that right away.
Wasn't no fucking sneaker don shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was struggling. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle.
Damn.
And like in the sneaker game, so you gotta have a reputation, right? You can't just like buy sneakers and try and flip them. Like, you can go do that, stand in line, buy some sneakers, bring them to HypeFetish, to come up from another. Like, you can do that and make a little bit of profit, but like to actually like take it serious and try and get the max amount of dollar out of it. But yeah, you got to give it your all. You know, yeah, like you can nickel and dime it, or you can just try to do it and try and buy as much as possible.
Yeah, that's everyone, like damn near everybody else that I interviewed said the same thing. Like, how far they've gone is because they stopped the 9 to 5 they was working and just fully dived into whatever the hobby is that
Yeah.
they love doing. I'm like, yo, how is everyone at such a good point? But I guess, you know, I never got to see the struggles they went through in between. I just got to see the aftermath. So, you know, when I come into your store and I see all this, I'm like, what struggle did you really go through? But
Well, this helped
obviously,
me sober up. No cap. Like, fuck, man. I'd pills, like booze, like crazy, like drank all kinds of shit. Like,
yeah,
like I was bad, man. I had a bad habit. I was a bad dude.
Yeah.
So it's like, once I realized like this kind of like gave me a different happiness at the same time, and like really helped me fucking sober up. Like, you know, I stopped doing like dillies and fucking oxycontins and shit like that.
bro, I'm
Stopped
not
popping
gonna, I don't know what the
pills.
hell any of that is.
It's just drugs, man.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
prescription drugs, right?
Yeah,
And like doing that, smoking tons of weed and fucking drinking a lot. I was just like, I was a mess, you know. Like, I was just a disaster,
Yeah.
self-destructing, and fucking even my family was worried for me. But like, I don't know, it was a light bulb one day with reselling and the pandemic and like how cheap everything was, and I was like, fuck, man, you know, I was making decent money just before the pandemic. Like, I worked a little bit into the pandemic still, right?
yeah,
And like, I was just like investing all my extra money and just planned it out, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking do this, man. And then, yeah, and then it really helped me sober up. The more I just focused on this, the more like, you can't be high and stupid to wake up at 6 a.m. to buy sneakers. And there's not a, like, unless you're doing cocaine to stay up all night to catch that drop.
yeah,
It ain't happening. So yeah, I sobered up, and I just quit the booze and I quit everything, man. And now I just smoke weed and that's
you
it.
chill.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel that. So
And
you
I
say
feel good about it.
this type of thing, like this saved you basically.
Oh,
you know,
for
put you in a
sure.
way better
For
spot than
sure,
a
I'm
while
way
back.
more healthier. I feel way better. I don't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, man, I just feel like a way healthier person. I wake up, I feel 100. The only time, like, there was one other time in my life where I'd wake up, I just felt the most man I've ever felt 100. And that was when I was juicing. When I was doing fucking testosterone, pumping iron, trying to get as big as I could.
Oh, you used to be in the gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, yeah, that stuff, man, that stuff made you feel, like, most powerful. Like, to
No
me,
way.
it just gave me the most energy. I didn't even need to drink energy drinks. I woke up and it's like, boom, let's do it. I'm good to go. Like, yeah, and just
So what does that shit do? As soon as you take it, your heart just starts pumping like crazy?
I don't know. I don't know if your heart. I don't really remember about the heart stuff, but like, I just remember doing like get the injection parts, like having to re-eject every week or so it was, and switching. Like, I only did the glutes, right? So it just switched around, and I just remember a bad shot. If I got a bad shot, my leg would be dead for like fucking 3-4 days, and it would suck ass to work out and get in and out of the whip and all that kind of stuff. Life was horrible. But other than that, I think it dilated your eyes a bit instantly after right to the glute.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Like, I just bulked up really fast. I went from like 160 pounds to fucking like 220 and within like about a month and a half.
In a month and a
Yeah, just
that
tanked
quick?
right out. Yeah.
There's no way your body how does your body recover from that?
I don't know. Kept me big. It kept me a decent size for the rest of my life, basically.
Yeah. Shit. Damn.
Yeah.
So what was your upbringing like? You know, up to let's say about early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you said born and raised in Etown, right?
Yeah.
Was it you raised with, how would I say it, good upbringing where went to school majority of the time, chill with the good kids, or, you know what I'm saying, the other side?
My upbringing was like any other young kid that grew up like basically in Clairview. If you grew up in Clairview around like the 90s and early 90s up to like the 2000s and stuff, man, like right up to like say 2005, 6ish. If you grew up on the north side in that time era, it's poverty, bro.
Poverty.
Everyone was broke. Everyone was doing shit.
Hella fights.
It was wild. Like, and I grew up like, most of my years was just Clairview, right? So Bannerman area. So for us, it's just like that area is just like a big circle around a school field and a bunch of like low-income houses, condos and shit, and other apartment buildings surrounded out and other low income. And so I grew up in like Springfield Place and I lived in the far back corner and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, no, it was, for us, it was just roaming around. Like I go from my house to like my auntie and uncles, and if they were partying and shit, I'd just dip out with my cousins, go over to my other auntie's house. If they're being weird, then we just go to like the park or go to the Max, steal some candy. Who knows? Just fuck around, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, I went to school and shit normally. Schools that I attended was Macaulay.
Yeah.
So like,
is that in the city?
Yeah, it's right by it's in the hood, man.
Yeah.
So it's a gang. Basically, it was a gang school, is what like I would describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, Macaulay Junior High. It's a few blocks away from the Edmotnon Remand. So it's not too far from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the Remand.
Yeah, I don't know the exact street. I can't remember it.
No, if you say by the Remand, I think I know.
Yeah. Just outside of Chinatown there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I went to school. But that was like, yeah, it was basically like every young kid had an older cousin that was either associated with IP or Red Alert or Dubs, right?
Yeah.
So it was just like, yeah, it was like when you get out and you leave the school, it was just all straight like gang check shit, right? Like there was a Red Alert house across the street, and a lot of their like cousins and stuff went to my school, and so that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I never repped bandanas as much and like rags and shit like that. Like, you know, I didn't really do that. I didn't match colors and stuff. I was always cautious growing up, right? Like I've seen shootouts. I've heard shootouts. I grew up on the north side there, so it is what it is.
So north side's always just been a side of the city that just always had it going on in that sense. Always fights, always shootings, always stabbings.
I think it's just where like Edmonton sticks all of us colored people, really, right? Like it was pretty much the first part of the city that expanded out from downtown. It was like a straight line. Like Beverly used to be its own place, right?
Yeah.
It was its own town at one time, Abbotsfield area.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, it's just like subdivisions that ended up growing out, and then them turning all the old military houses into low-income housing and native housing, right? So really never ever gave anybody really a chance if they did move into the city.
Yeah. Wow.
Right, so that's what it is over there. It's still like that's around there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's crazy to hear you like experiencing the 90s, because if it's one thing about me, I've always wished that I could actually, like, let's say born early 80s so I could at least live through the 90s, because I'm born in 98. So it's like I didn't get to experience any of that type of shit. So hearing someone actually going through it is interesting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I don't know. I think for me, I just paid attention, like Edmonton and like growing up, like hip hop and all that shit in general, right? Like Smoke and his homie like Shot and stuff. Like to me, those guys, I don't know those guys, but like I grew up knowing those guys and seeing those guys in my neighborhood and shit, right?
Yeah.
So I know who they were and shit, and like still to this day to be able to see those guys exceed at what they do and just so much fucking dope shit, right?
Yeah.
Them guys inspire me a bit too, just to fucking have the drive and do what I do as well, right? Along with a lot of other things, but like, yeah, just to see all that stuff with Edmonton and like all the upcoming like hip hop artists and native hip hop artists, like I became like really good friends with like Dreezus, and he's a big hip hop artist, award-winning music artist, a bunch of great things.
Yeah.
Solid dude, but yeah, like just all that, going to Rock and Ride, fucking just the way the Edmonton was, like it was fun.
Just different. It
was fun, man. It was fun growing up.
Yeah. Okay. So now getting into like what you got going on right now, like what you do. Where did the love for like, kicks come in? How did it start?
I don't know. Kicks was always a thing. When you go to school and shit, like everyone always had nice shoes. Me and my cousins, my brothers, we always like making sure everyone wore shoes. Air Force Ones, man, like crazy. Like fucking find bottles of little white bottles, just people keeping their shoes white. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, like it was a real thing growing up. Like, I don't know, maybe it was just because fucking guys are so broke, you're staying at home watching Paid in Full too damn much. You know, who knows? Like, it's just the culture you adapt, right? And yeah, like that was the thing. Wearing, you know, Pumas, that was a big thing growing up. Rocking Pumas and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, Edmonton had its own different fashion back then. Yeah.
What was your first like nice shoes? You know, not something from Walmart that your parents would get you. What was something
Well, when I was younger, actually, fucking my first nice shoe would have had to been from Paradox at West Edmonton Mall.
Paradox? I have no idea what that is.
It used to be an old store that used to be in West Edmonton Mall. Now it's called Opulus.
Opulus, okay.
Yeah. But back then they used to sell all kinds of like dope Versace, fucking all kinds of like levels of Versace. And yeah, I went there and I got some like Versace shoes and some Versace slides, Versace sports slides.
Yeah.
And that was like back then spending close to like, the slides were like 150 and the shoes were like another 800. So that was like, yeah, $1,200 after taxes on a pair of shoes and slides was pretty crazy back then.
Yeah.
Still is kind of crazy now, but not really.
Yeah.
Right?
It's more heard of now.
Yeah, exactly.
How long ago was that?
When I was like a teenager, like 16 years old.
And that's the 90s?
Yeah. Well, no, that would have to be like in the 2000s.
Like, early 2000s?
Yeah. I'm 34.
Okay. So when did the shoes start coming in? When did you start like stacking them up?
Started collecting shoes like in my 20s.
Oh, in your 20s?
Yeah. Like the Nike, the glove, right? How like it zipped up and came undone, and fucking the old Filas with the straps, just all kinds of sneakers I just collected, right?
Yeah.
But then like the sneaker culture became a thing, and like StockX started coming out like 2000. I want to say like 12.
Yeah.
Maybe 2012. I don't know. I had that app like relatively soon after it came out and became something.
Oh, you been had it.
Yeah. And like just understanding certain shoes started holding certain value. Then I stopped buying certain shoes and stopped wearing certain shoes because they just really weren't holding a value to a collection. Maybe to a sneakerhead and just having all this dope shit to show off to your friends. Like I still kind of had that kind of stuff, but I just started buying shoes. I was like, okay, you know, this shoe I can flip this, and you know, I'll buy 2 pairs, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was only like Dunks and SBs and shit like that kind of like you could have kept and resold. But other than that, yeah, it had to be like a dope, different type of shoe, collector shoe, right?
Yeah. Did you get to a point where you started getting shoes to like impress the shorties? You know what I'm saying? Or was it more just because
no, not really.
The outfit?
No.
Never?
No, never. It was never to. It was more or less to always just be dressed nice. Like fuck, man.
Like you want to stand out.
Yeah, like I don't know. My younger brother is a year younger than me.
Yeah.
His name is Remy, so we were so close growing up, right? And so he was my only competition, basically. We were each other's competition, but we had each other's back on dressing nice because we grew up poor. So we'd find ways to finesse ourselves to get like some Sean John, you know, to get some like Hush Puppy shoes, to dress nice, to shop at Foot Locker. We would either work with our parents or we had like our little finesses, right? And that's how we dripped ourselves out. We didn't really call it drip, but we call it flossing back then, right?
Flossing was the word.
Yeah. We'd be flossing, and yeah, we would try and buy like Giorgio Armani, or go splurge and get some like Jay Lindenberg or shit like that. That's like what was popular back then.
Yeah. Okay. Now I feel that.
Oh, like my little brother, he got best dressed in high school and stuff like that.
No way.
Yeah.
Was that an award?
Yeah, like at the end of the year, you know, everyone wants like some cool shit said in their fucking yearbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got best dressed.
Best dressed.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Yeah, I didn't even finish.
Damn. No, but let's say you did. What would you want it to say? What would you have wanted it? Because I know that best dressed shit would have fucked with you.
I have no clue.
Mm.
I have no clue.
Damn.
Like, yeah. No, I have no clue, man.
I know that shit would
because
have me pissed.
my ending of school was like I quit because I basically stopped liking school because of racism, right? So I stopped attending school, like stuff like that. Like just before I finished junior high, I could have finished at Ellerslie at a decent school, but the principal was a prick, right, and said some racist shit to me.
No way.
So I ended
Straight
up,
to your face.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like I ended up like wilding out on him, right?
What
So
happened?
I just like jumped over his desk and like fucking hit him
Ah,
and shit.
shit.
And then like he tried to chase me, so I like had my axe can on the side of my bag,
Yeah.
and I like hit him like with it like it was pepper spray or whatever, and just axed the shit out of him and
Yeah.
just took off. And
Did
then,
he call your parents? Like, what
Oh
happened?
yeah. Like in the school, back in the day, the school was in the sticks, bro. So like I ran out of the school, ran ducking down the highway, getting back into Edmonton,
Yeah.
and I never went back to that school. And yeah, like
Oh, since that day, you never went back.
yeah. Like well,
Oh.
by the time I got home, my parents told me I was expelled, so
Damn.
didn't really have a choice on the matter. But yeah, I had no intentions of going back either.
Yeah.
After that. And then so I couldn't go back to public school, so then I went to YMCA downtown. I tried to finish up there, but then I don't know, I just got into work, learning shit, bad stuff.
Yeah. Nah, I feel
Yeah.
that.
So
Now, okay, real quick before I actually dive into all this, you know what I'm saying? Racism, you know, because a lot of people say it was worse back then than when it is now. Some say it's worse now because it's recorded. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Do you experience it any different from back then? Is it the same? Is it less? Is it more?
No, racism is everywhere all the time. Like I have clientele that come in here that are deliberately racist, like
To you?
not to me,
Yeah.
just about things, right? And it could be that like it started by the culture of the shit here, right? Like so say like just for instance, we had a shoe called the Kaepernick Air Force One, right?
Kaepernick?
Kaepernick, yeah, Kaepernick. My bad.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
butchered
okay.
his name. My bad.
Oh, no, all good.
So we had his Air Force One in the store here, and this
I
military
already know
dude
that. Yeah.
seen the shoe, and he's like, "Oh, that's a dope shoe," and he's like, "This is nice," and he like grabbed it, and he's like, "Who's the guy on the back?" And I told him, and he's just like, "Oh man, I can't wear these," and blah blah blah. And he kind of went on about this spiel, right? And I'm just like,
Was he white?
"Huh? Oh yeah."
Yeah.
So I was just like I just couldn't agree. But he's a customer. That's the thing. So there's nothing like.
Do you believe
like,
in
what do I
customers
do?
always
Like,
right?
No, not in this. This is resale. Fuck that. You ain't right. Yeah, no, this is a resale game. That shit. This ain't retail. This ain't. I'll help you find some drip.
Yeah.
I'll help you drip you, but I won't. It doesn't work like that.
So he was just going on and on just because
Yeah,
of
he
who
was just going
it.
on and on, and I just I kind of just like sat there and listened to it because he was a high paying customer,
Yeah.
right? So I was just like, and then after that, to this day, I just don't like the guy,
Yeah.
right? But forever, he's gonna be coming through here
Yeah.
as long as we're around, right? So stuff like that in the industry, kind of, you just gotta it irks the shit out of me.
Yeah, but you just gotta live.
But you
live
gotta,
with it.
yeah. So it helps put the lights on, right? I guess you could say.
Man. Nah, that
I don't
shit
know.
sucks.
But like, yeah, no, there's racism everywhere, even with the police and shit like that, right? Just being native, like I'm native, I'm Cree, right? Like I got my hair long, I support that shit 100%. I ain't long hair, don't care. But like, yeah, like just being native and having fucking so many tattoos, like I'm tatty to the nines, right? Like
Yeah.
sleeved up, body, fucking stomach, legs, all that shit, and they just target that.
Yeah.
They target that, and then if they want, they run your name, and then they try and use your past against you. Doesn't matter how much time there is, and yeah, that's just life.
So that's the type of shit you're still dealing with to this day.
To this day.
Yeah.
But you know, like what I do to counter it is, people would probably think it's crazy, but I actually in the summertime I walk through the hood. In the summertime, back and forth from this business to my house.
Yeah.
Purposely, like I give change out to like homeless people. I keep my face familiar. You know, I'm noticed. I'm walking around all the time. Like people don't get it. Like people don't run up on me or anything like that. I get asked for cigarettes. You know, people riding bikes and shit like that, street people. Like, they see, I see regulars, they see me, and I keep it like that. And I wouldn't change that. I grew up around here. I grew up in the north side, so I don't think, why should I have to, like, hide myself, right, because of it. So by doing that, I don't get bothered as much compared to, like, say if I walk Jasper Ave or walk the bike paths every day or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
You don't get harassed as much if you just zigzag a little bit. That's generally what I do.
That racism shit, yo, you could name a store. If I walk into it, whatever the guy behind the cash register is doing, he'll stop what he's doing and just follow me. Just follow me, you know? And one quick story. It was me, a homie, and this white boy. We went into a convenience store. It was an Indian dude working behind the cash register. Yo, this guy was staring at us like there was something on my face, just following me everywhere I went. We stayed in for about 2-3 minutes. We got what we wanted and dipped. And you want to know so the other homie I went in with, he's black. And then the third guy was a white boy. The funniest thing about all that, we get in the car, we talking about the little candies and backwoods that we got. The white boy stole a whole bunch of shit. He took the Indian dude behind the desk, looking at us as a form of distraction, and just took a whole bunch of shit, putting it in his underwear, his pants, his socks, everything. This guy took everything. I'm like, yo, how'd you know he wasn't paying attention? He's like, I didn't even have to look. There were 2 dread-headed dudes walking into a store. I knew he wouldn't even think about looking at me. So I'm like, yo, this guy took advantage of the system and that's kind of like karma for him. Like, you expect the 2 people you expected to do dumb shit, bad shit, were the ones that paid. Now the one you didn't expect to do anything was the one that took like $80 worth of shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, I don't know, that whole shit is just played out to me.
Yeah, man.
You know?
That's fucked up. For me, mostly, like, nowadays it just mostly happens with, like, Ubers and cab drivers, to be honest. Like, if it's not the police, it's just Ubers and cab drivers.
Yeah.
Fucking, I've had Ubers called for me because I had to stop calling Ubers for myself. So I was getting people to call Ubers for me, and fucking by the time like Uber will come up and I go to get in and then walk up and they'll lock their doors.
They lock it.
Cancel the Uber.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
You think it's because the tattoos, the hair, the color?
Generally, yeah.
Just everything.
Straight up, and like like my homie, like you know, he lives not too far from me, so sometimes we'll like fucking jump in the same cab, and like cab driver will be like, I want money. All right, well here's $10. We're going fucking, you know, here's $10.
Yeah.
No, that's not enough. I want 20.
Damn.
Or I want 50. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, no, man. And then it's like, a lot of racist shit.
Of
man.
course.
It's just like, and then literally it came to the point where I had to like get like some kind of thing with co-op cab or whatever. Now it says like I'm a VIP, so they just every cab will like run to me now.
Yeah.
And so
you have to do all that.
Yeah. Just to make it smooth, so because you know you can't drive with a DUI, right? So yeah, man, and that fuck.
You see, bro, what I think is, how would it be if me and you went into a store? Like what would happen? You know, who would they look at? Who would they, you know?
It depends on what store we go into.
I guess.
I'll say that. If it's Foot Locker, Champs, or anywhere like that, the only time we ever go there is to buy sneakers.
Yeah.
Is on drop days, so the people behind the till already know what's up.
Yeah.
Right, so it's a whole different ball game. They don't really bother us. They don't say nothing. The only thing they say to us is, what size?
Yeah, I feel that.
Literally, we can like sit there and chop it up in the store for 2 hours and just kick it and fucking talk business. They won't say shit.
Yeah.
They know who we are. And then, yeah, other than that, like if it was like, say, like Louis Vuitton and other stores like that, they might treat us a little bit kind of the same because we're resellers, right? So some places don't even want to sell to us.
Yeah.
Because they don't even think we're going to keep it.
Nah, I feel that.
I haven't shopped in a mall for myself in fucking almost 3 years.
Sheesh, just to avoid all that.
Yeah, other than buying sneakers Other than
Mm-hmm.
I don't shop in the mall.
Damn.
Nope.
So going into HypeFetish now, you know what I'm saying? First things first, I want to ask is the name. How'd you come up with the name? Where'd the name come from? Oh,
I didn't. No, so I have a partner. His name is Jared Day. He's actually supposed to be here, that fucker. But no much love. He's my brother. No, he came up with the name. He started the business. He probably had it going for about a year before I jumped in.
Yeah.
So right where we're sitting, this tiny little area, is like how he had it set up, and he was just doing consignment and buying sneakers for himself, kind of doing like what I was doing, except for I was just doing it out of my house, out of my little dinky ass apartment.
Yeah.
Anyway, the guy, he kept getting like people get robbing shit, right? And like I was mad serious into it as much as he was, and I'm almost like 10 years older than him, not like less, maybe 8, and like. So yeah, we both had the same passion, same drive, and then we teamed up and redid the store, and that went really well to the point where we had sneakers on top of sneakers on top of sneakers and just running out of room. It looked ass ugly. I was building like things fucking on top of the racks to stack more sneakers. It looked bad. So then we ended up getting the second bay. We knocked that out. I did all the construction. Grady helped design the floor, and yeah, here we are today to what it is. Yeah.
What are some of the biggest celebs that came through that you could like remember off?
Well, we've had like Edmotnon orders come through, like guys that were like not on the team anymore.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, fuck. So off the top of the dome for like influencers, we've had Notorious Cree, this native kid named Tyler. He's one of the second lead roles in the movie Prey, the native movie that came out.
Oh, okay.
So he's that young native kid. He's also a dancer. He's a sweet dancer.
Yeah.
Dreezus, DDG.
DDG.
Yeah. Dylan, Windex, Lil Windex.
Oh no, I think I'm thinking about somebody else.
Oh, Side Neck, OGZ.
So you had a few big names.
Yeah, and then like local people, you know, like fucking. Yeah. We've had Dow in the shop here. Dow Jones loves to come shop around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like stuff like that.
Okay.
A lot of other local like artists and shit. Yeah.
What's the most someone's ever spent like all at once?
At once?
At once.
One time? Oh man.
Cause I'm thinking.
I think I'm gonna have to say. It was either DBX.
Oh, DBX2? The rapper?
No, there's two of them. Yeah, there's
two.
Isn't there two rappers that go by like DBX?
The one I know is the one that's always skied
Yeah,
up.
with smoke and shit.
Yeah.
So like, he came in here and shopped in here before he did his video.
Yeah.
Like and then rocked the drip in the video. So like
Hey.
the pink, that one video he did where he's wearing the pink anti-social Playboy. Yeah, they came in here. I think they dropped like fucking close to like $5,000.
Jeez.
Another time was some random fucking gambler dude. He had like fucking over $100,000 in $100 bills in a fucking Louis bag, and he went to go.
Oh, he got it stuffed in a Louis bag.
Yeah, like in a side bag, and he like unzipped it, and he just fucking stacks like wrapped up, and he was about to do it, and then he's like, no, actually, he's like, you guys take a card, and I was like, yeah.
He did that to show off. This guy wanted to let you know.
And he's like, I want my points, and I was like, oh yeah, and then fucking it was his bill was like a little over $6,000.
Yeah.
Bought some like off-white shoes and whatnot, like bangers.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Damn, so that's probably a nice ass feeling to know people are like leaving whatever they doing to come here and just drop bread.
Oh yeah.
You know?
But like, then you have like Boxing Day and Black Friday and stuff like that too, right? Which is like, for us, we give a lot of shit away, but it's really worth it because the store brings in like fucking X amount of dollars. Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
See, that's what I was gonna ask you. running a business like this, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you have, everybody wants shoes, everybody wears shoes, everybody has shoes, you know? How do you deal with people that ask for discount? You know, especially people that are like, yo, I've known you forever, we grew up together. Let me get, instead of $680, let me get it for like $2. You know what I'm saying? How do you deal with people like that?
I don't. Like, I don't know.
You don't ever
like,
run into them?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, oh man, I have tons of people that just assume that like I'm a fucking millionaire or something, right? From doing this, right? Just from the hype of sneakers and the amount of sneakers we have, right? All the time. I have random family that I haven't talked to since I was a kid, being like, hey, can you send me like $10? And it's like,
damn,
bro, you've never fucking messaged me before, right?
I don't know you.
And then yeah, like, oh, hook it up, and all the time there's, oh man, there's a lot of people that do that, and there's a lot of fake rappers that come in here and do that too,
No
right?
way.
And trying to flex and act like they have it, but they come in here and they try and sell the most bummiest ass shit. You know, so like doing this, I see some behind the scenes parts of people that most people don't see.
Yeah.
And like in real life, they're just fucking losers.
How do you shoot it down? What's your way of shooting it down? Like, do you say, nah, I'm not into that, or do you just get, nah, you know,
I just
get out
don't
the
even
store?
respond.
Yeah.
I just don't fucking respond. Don't even, nothing.
You pay it no mind.
No. Like, they didn't give two shits about me, right? So it's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's one thing is like, I'm not greedy or selfish, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I grew up poor. Like, my family's still fucking what I would call poor because of like Native people. We've never had the chance to have generational wealth, right? When my parents pass, I'm probably paying for a funeral, right? That's not out of respect, but because we have to. I would like to do it out of respect because I want to.
Yeah.
So like, that's not a real thing. So like, for me to even get there, I have to have my blinders on and just say, fuck it. If you weren't rocking with me when I was starting this stuff, like people were telling me when I was crazy and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, man. Like this is the best way I can compare it. When I first started doing this and telling people that I'm going to do this and this is what I'm going to get my bread doing, it was basically sitting there trying to tell people, it's like, yeah, I'm going to quit my career of framing and being a third-year carpenter. I'm going to just going to be a rapper overnight. That's how serious people took it. Yeah. They looked at me like I was fucking nuts, right? But now it's like, oh, can you send me shoes? Can you give me this?
Yep.
Right?
Same people that are talking crazy, and now they want you to do the favor.
And then friends switching up on me too, like, right? Like, I helped them, boom, gone. Where are they? Disappeared, right? So it's like, yeah, no, you learn a lot of real things, right? Life turns, people think you have a lot of money, so they change. And it's just like, it doesn't matter what I have or what you think I have. Just treat, like, why weren't you just there before? Yeah. Right? So it's just like, I know where I stand.
It's because people don't see the potential. So if they don't see the potential early, they just don't, they feel like they got no use of being involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of that. I hear a lot of those type of stories.
I had homies telling me, they're like, yo, man, I looked this kind of shit up on Google and stuff, and they're like, yo, there's a lot of people that are in debt, like selling their houses because they started doing this shit. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not those people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I just don't see that.
Jeez.
Right? I see a bigger drive. I see a culture that's growing, right? You have fucking people like Virgil Abloh that prove to the world that, you know, you don't need to go to fancy ass fucking universities to become a fashion fucking icon. You know, I spent all my time going to school becoming a third-year carpenter. Boom, I'm doing this. Yeah. Right? It's the same aspect, right? So like, obviously I kind of idolized and liked that guy's train of thought and mindset, and it really probably helped me out with where I'm at today. Yeah. But like, yeah, no, to me it's the same thing.
Now, one thing I've always heard, a year or two back, because when COVID hit, a lot of people really couldn't work. I was still working, but I had way more free time. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started watching Cool Kicks LA. There's some other spot. I think it was
Round Two.
A whole bunch of those. I kept on. That's when I started hearing the word hype beast. Hype beast. What is a hype beast? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Is it good to be a hype beast? You know what I'm saying? Like, what falls into that?
I don't know. I guess like some days you probably could label me a hype beast just on like my attire and how I'm dressed coming into work for the day.
So is a hype beast someone that's just wearing designer
like
all over?
Yeah, basically the definition of a hype beast is someone that's wearing the most loudest, fucking craziest out of this
screaming
world
money
shit.
out.
But it's not about screaming money. It's just about wearing like, okay, so for instance, that Palm Angels jacket that was released images of whatever it fucking lights up or it's LED. Okay, that is some hype beast shit.
Yeah.
All right. No one in their right mind's gonna be fucking wanting and rocking that. Not too. It's only rappers, Lil Durk, stuff like that. Yeah, a hype beast would be wearing that kind of shit. That stuff with like some Dior's or some friends and family shoes. Like it's hype beasts.
So you wouldn't want to. That's not something you'd want to fall into. That's not the category you want to go into.
Me, no, hell no. No, I'm a skateboarder. I skateboard in like summer times and shit. Yeah. I skate, so I'm wearing ones and dunks.
Hey, do you skateboard to work?
Yes, sir. Oh yeah.
You probably doing an ollie off the stairs from up there down here making.
I don't really fuck around too much like that because I don't want to like wipe out and fucking not be able to come into work. There's consequences to hitting the pavement, bro.
Yeah.
But no, I do. I'll mess around a little bit. Like I love manualing, so like my main thing is I try and manual a whole city block. Like that's my goal. Yeah, I want to be able to just pull it off. Like be able to just do it and then be like get someone to just be like, yeah, okay, record this now.
Yeah.
Like I've mastered it, now record this because the world needs to see this. But like, yeah, that's what I've been practicing is just like manualing fucking long.
Man, that skateboarding thing, I tried to get into it a hot minute ago, but that shit was never for me. Skateboarding, longboarding, scooter, rollerblade, all that shit, not for me, bro. None of that
That's
shit.
hilarious. No, I've skateboarded and snowboarded almost. Feels like my whole life. Yeah, man. Like I was a skateboard kid before skateboarding was cool. Like before anyone took it serious.
Yeah.
When I was younger, fuck man, that's all we did was skateboard. Like I was signed to the Olive team, but my mom wouldn't let me fucking travel.
No, she didn't want you to leave the city.
It would have had to been Canada-wide fucking skate shows and doing school fucking online or homework or whatever. It wouldn't be much education, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's a route. If my parents would have let me to do it,
yeah,
probably would have just been like some fucking skateboard fucking person.
Sheesh, instead of doing all this.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So now I see going into the kicks that are right here. You know what I'm saying? What are some of the stuff that we got going on over here?
So we got some Travis Scott lows. We got, looks like a couple.
So the fucked up check marks, that's Travis.
Yeah, well, people give the credit to him, I guess. But like the reverse swoosh has been on shoes since like fucking forever.
Oh,
man.
It's been a thing.
Yeah, he's not the first person to do it. Can't remember the exact first shoe to fucking have a reverse swoosh on it, but it's not Travis.
Yeah. So out of all these shoes, which one's like the most expensive one?
Would have to be. It's kind of a toss up on, like what it actually comes with, right? So, Travis Scott SB, this shoe's like almost $3K. This size, brand new.
Just for the shoes.
Yeah.
Damn.
But like, this shoe here is like $1,000 or so.
So
but
is
special box is $10,000.
The special box, like the box that it comes in.
Yeah. So it's like
$10K. So
yeah. So it all depends on like the shoe itself and what comes with it and the meaning behind it. And
so
like,
is it usually like who sponsors the shoes or who shows off the shoes that makes it so expensive, or is it the material that goes into it? Like
for each one of these shoes is a different story, to tell you the truth. So Travis's, these shoes are hyped because of Travis Scott, right?
Yeah.
Somewhat very limited shoes when they did them. This shoe here, the Sean Witherspoon. Sean Witherspoon designed this sneaker, and it was chosen by the people.
Fuck. Is John?
Sean.
Sean? I've been saying John this whole time.
Word, eh?
Shit.
Yeah, so this basically was his one-hit wonder. I don't think he's made another shoe that is as cool and as easy to get, other than what he does with Adidas. So this shoe is just good story, great culture behind it. Like, he was driving around in his tiny ass bus that was painted the same colors and handing out packages of like a hockey card, baseball card style. You open it up and had like all 5 of different designer shoes.
Yeah.
And as the people, you get to go, I believe it was online, and choose what shoe you wanted the one to be released by Nike. And Sean Witherspoon was the one chosen by the people, so he won.
Way.
His shoes were made, and one of the ways to get them was to return that Sean Witherspoon ticket at Nike, and you can purchase your shoes.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, it's just a non-stop story, right? And and then with the shoe itself, like, he has his own stories, and like the Velcro coming off here and swoosh underneath, and
shit,
different things like that. These shoes here, they're made from Union, LA, so it's a store in LA, a skate shop, and they also get their own collaboration with Jordan as well, and have done multiple size runs of different silhouettes. These are just a few colorways of the 4s. Behind me, we have some Dunks they've released. We have the, oh fuck, I'll get it too. Fuck it, might as well have it on the table.
Yeah.
One of the better ones, the Union Jordan 1. There's also a blue toe version of it, which is way more nicer, in my opinion.
And was this like the first shoe he had going on at the time? Like one of the first?
Like one of his first silhouettes playing back in the day, yeah.
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 Because I remember hearing a whole bunch of stories where Nike banned it at some point. Like, they banned one of his first shoes?
Yeah, they banned the breads, but he technically didn't even play in the breads. He played in airships.
Yeah.
So they banned that. Technically, there was no ban.
Yeah.
If you dig deeper into the history of it, technically the shoe was never ever even banned.
So out of everything that's in here, you know what I'm saying, or like that's maybe not even in here, what's your favorite shoe? Like, what's something that like you just fall in love with? You've been falling as soon as you laid your eyes on it.
Jeez, I don't know. It's hard to say, man.
Yeah, you gotta look around and see which one.
Well, like, honestly, we have some cool ass shoes. Like, we have the Pigeon Dunks, SBs, which are really sweet. It's the black pair, not the OG Panda style that everyone likes. But then we got like some old school heat, like some Dr. Feelgoods and some Brain Dead SB highs, like some dope shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, man. And then we got your regular Daglers, like fucking Jordan 1 Royals and Hyper Royals and Shadows and fucking Mochas and women's Satin Snake ones. And Jordan, the fucking Origins. Like, yeah, it's a wall of ones, basically.
Shit. Okay, now, random question I gotta ask you. What's your thoughts on Patrick Ewing's, the Patrick Ewing shoes?
They're cool, but they'll never be a resellable sneaker.
Yeah, because
it's just a cool shoe.
Oh, you think it's cool?
It's
because
right.
I heard a lot of people, like, if it's one shoe they talk shit about, it's Patrick Ewing's. I don't know if it's because the tongue's too high or the 33. You know,
I've never even worn a pair of that's like before my era and shit. Like it for wearing. Growing up, if I was wearing sneakers, I was trying to get me like Iversons and T-Max, and you know, like those were cool shoes to be wearing other than like K-Swisses.
Yeah.
Jordan 1 Air Force Ones were easy go-to. You can never go wrong with like fucking like. I don't think I wore mids until like the Nelly song came out, but lows. Oh, yeah. Lows.
So what's your thoughts on and ones?
Oh yeah, hard into it when I was younger.
No way. Yeah. Like back then when they had all that street balling shit going on?
When it was real? Yeah. Fucking watching it on TV and shit, bro. Fuck yeah.
I wish man.
Hot sauce and all that shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
When when I started going into high school, the junior high I went to, nobody really cared about what shoes you had on, pants. None of that shit mattered. Just show up to school, you know, and you had homies to talk to.
Nah, man, not us.
But that's how it was for me. When I hit high school, I was wearing N1s, and I didn't know the type of flack N1s get. Like, people talk crazy. The people I knew, they talk crazy about N1s. Let me tell you, first day of school, I'm feeling clean. I'm feeling nice. You know, I'm matching my shit with my N1s.
Yeah.
Niggas are calling me, yo, come here real quick. They bring me over to a corner. They put me in the middle of a circle. Everybody, one by one, just started dissing me.
Oh, what?
Because of my shoes. And I'm like, no way, we're talking crazy. Like,
That's crazy.
So I stopped wearing them.
Yeah.
But now, shit, you might catch me rocking white N1s, blue, yellow, green, whatever I find at Walmart.
That's
you can't
crazy.
stop it now. But like, I don't know. I don't know what falls behind it, but like, people just talk crazy about it.
I don't know. It was a very quick and short period of time with the N1s. There's only like one or two silhouettes that, I would say you could have got away with rocking before it was just like not cool. It was just like a Shaq Air Force One. Like, Like, honestly, like, those kind of shoes nowadays are cool, but like back in the day, like, fucking people are like literally putting them on and running out the door with them at Payless. It was that easy, right? So everyone, they're all over the hood, those things.
Shit.
Yeah.
Man, I'm looking around and I'm thinking,
But
black. My bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say at the N1 stuff, back in the day, like, fuck, I can remember growing, like, when we lived on 118th, just off 118th there, and like, fucking baby blue tracksuits. That was like the main thing. North Carolina, N1, all that stuff. Baby blue was like a very popular color to be worn back in the day when I was like 13 years old.
That was a shit to have.
Yeah.
And
like,
probably like white Air Forces on.
Oh yeah, with like NBA fucking bands on.
Yeah. Oh, like the okay.
Yeah.
What you probably rocking baggy outfits
Oh, for
back then.
sure. Yeah,
No
like School
way.
of Hard Knocks, 555 Soul, just like
Yo,
really.
The way I wish I got to live through these type of things. Now it's like, I mean, I like the style now, like the skin tight pants, and it's nice, but like I'm more into the baggy shit too. But no way can I be wearing fucking shit that covers my whole feet. I can't, you know?
Like designers are trying to make that a thing now, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, no, I do see where you're coming from, because like even sweatpants back in the day didn't have like a cinch on the bottom. They were like wide.
Yeah.
Right? So like I think like the first like cinch style pants I ever had was like one Christmas I got like a Mark Echo fucking sweatsuit for Christmas.
Damn.
And I felt like so blessed.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So overall, what's somewhere, like, what's the goal for HypeFetish? Where would you like to see this place going in the next few years?
Just to grow, just to fucking
grow.
take over. Like,
Oh, yeah.
honestly, like, just once we get in the mall and see what like the foot traffic and what that world's like, because this has been hustle and grind, just using the Instagram, using the connections, using fucking inviting, you know, the influencers in here, you know, like offering some free shit for some promotions, stuff like that. Like, so I want to be able to like expand it to the mall so we can like see what that's like. Maybe get into Calgary, network both cities together.
Oh, yeah.
You know, try and really monopolize the brand itself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think HypeFetish will work anywhere, just due to the fact as long as we stay in Alberta, Alberta has to be the main fucking heart of HypeFetish, because like this is the most lucrative to do in this province.
Yeah.
Compared to anywhere else in Canada.
Damn.
Paying way less taxes, there's a little less regulations, and yeah, it's a little easier.
Nah, man, I'm not gonna lie. I love what y'all got going on here, or what you got going on here. Like the colorway, the patterns, the way you put the fucking, you know what I'm saying? I just, when you walk in here, it just screams organization. Like everything's organized. I could literally tell you, yo, where's this? You could probably tell me eyes closed, point at it from whatever direction you're in here. So
I
much,
guess so. Yeah, it's
you
true.
know. But like the colorway and everything's just on point. I don't even know the wet grass. You know, like I just like the layout of everything.
Yeah.
You know, but that's basically all I got to ask you. Is there anything you want to ask me before I wrap this all up? It's all good if there's nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I appreciate you for coming
Of
through.
course, of course.
I wish my homie Jared was here to be able to put more in depth into the stories of his side.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, other than that, I appreciate you for
Of course.
coming through.
I
man.
mean, we could probably have the homie on because I plan on having you on next time again in the new year. It's not like this will be your last time being on. You're for sure going to be on again.
Yeah, man.
Maybe I might have you on as soon as you open up that store in Southgate.
Yeah.
Maybe get something going on over there in the new spot.
Yo, for sure. That's what we're hoping for. So December, we're pushing for December. So
Okay.
it'll be called HF. It'll just be
HF?
hyphenated in the mall.
Oh, okay.
So apparently fetish is too sexual to be used.
Man, you can't do anything today. Damn. So you can't even use fetish.
No, because it's too sexual.
So HF.
So it's just HypeFetish. It'll just be HF.
HF, the acronym.
Yeah. So if anyone asks, it stands for high fashion.
Oh, okay. Just to save yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
But other than that, yeah, no. To the OG customers, they'll know it's HypeFetish. It's gonna still be the same.
Does that mean you have to change your IG too now?
No.
Or the IG stays the same?
It'll stay the same. It'll stay the same. Everything will stay the same.
Oh,
Just
okay,
be HF inside of Southgate Mall.
Okay, okay. Before I let you go, you should let the people know where they could find you, the IG, the YouTube if you have.
Fucking we're located downtown, 104th Street and 103rd Avenue.
Yeah.
Across the street from Rogers. My name on social media, I actually go by TheCreeGuy.
TheCreeGuy.
So yeah, in my native. I get a lot of love from the native community, so I just decided to make myself a social media name. So I go by TheCreeGuy, but other than that, you can call me Codes or Cody, and you can pull up anytime and find me here at HypeFetish, because this is generally where I like to kick it.
Okay, okay, okay. It's your boy Convowmarlo.
And I'm Codes.
And I'm out.